guys, we are back with Messy on Purpose, and I have Julia here with me today. And I believe she said she's in the UK. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So you are the second person I've had outside the United States, which is super cool. And I'm going to let her do like a little introduction on herself, and then we're just going to dive into the conversation.
Okay, so I'm Julia Hartley. I've been married for 31 years and we've got two grown-up kids, and I own an adventure platform here in the UK.
And what does that mean?
Okay, so it's for people who like hiking, cycling, paddleboarding, rock climbing. We've been going just over 14 months and we are a little growing enterprise. So it's really cool. Everybody on the platform is like, in the UK, you have to be a qualified mountain leader. So everyone's qualified, insured, and have CRB checks, which is checked that they're okay to work with children. And we're tiny little business, but we're growing day by day and getting the word out there.
Very cool. So what's the most extreme outdoor adventure you take people on?
Caving.
Caving.
So you go underground and you go between rock faces underground and you squeeze through little holes and you climb down ladders. You might abseil. I haven't been on that adventure.
I'm like, I don't know if I could do that adventure.
I've left that to the mountain leaders, but it's very cool. Everyone seems to really love it. But yeah.
I wish I could get into small spaces, but like that just gives me so much anxiety that I think I would freak out. But it would be really cool to do that.
I know. My son's done it, and he said there was a space so small he could feel his stomach on one rock and his back on another, and he like wiggled through.
Oh my gosh, yeah, no, I could not do that. My husband probably would try it, but I could not. Very cool. So, do you do the guides as well, or do you just kind of run the business for the most part at this point?
So I mostly run the business. I do a little community walk in the village that I live in, and we have between 15 and 20 people coming out every other week on walks around I live in a village called Alderley Edge in Cheshire, and we go just on a 4 or 5 mile hike, finish with coffee and cake, which is always a necessity. And it's amazing that so many people live in the area, but especially women, they're afraid to walk on their own and they prefer to walk in company. And you learn more about people walking side by side than you do sitting across from in an office, which I always find fascinating. I love people. And also so many people who live in the area and have never been on the fields that I take them on. So I've only moved here 2 years ago and I run. So I go on all these trails and then I take them, all these people on these walks. I've only got lost once. I knew where I was, but we were near.
Did they know that they were lost?
I made a joke of it, yeah. I was like, oh, we're lost, but I'm sure we'll find a way. And they were all laughing because they knew I had a map if I thought I was really lost. But no, we found our way back to the coffee shop, which was good.
Is that what kind of like the ending point? Do you usually like start and finish at the coffee shop?
Yeah, we do. I think it's really important. And then we all most people come in, have coffee. Some of us have cake. And then friendships are formed. My favourite story is two young girls. It's mainly midlifers who join us, but two young girls joined our walk on the same day. They became best friends, and they now send me pictures of their walks all over the country, up the top of mountains. So we've given them that confidence to go off and explore on their own, which is great. That is the whole purpose of group walks.
That's very cool. So they weren't really into it until you did the tour,
Yeah.
basically, and then they were like, I'm in love, and just kept going.
Yes. And now they've sent me
That's pretty
pictures
cool.
from the top of the highest point in Wales of like doing V's like this. And I just think that's great. They've become friends. They were probably missing connection somewhere in their life, and that's what they do now. And I think, oh my God, that is like just pleasure to me. So yeah.
That's amazing. So, is there anyone on your tours that you've became friends with that maybe you just like go do adventures with?
Yeah, so I moved to Oddly Edge 2 years ago, as I said, and knew nobody. David and I moved from Lancashire to Cheshire, which is about an hour and a half away, and I knew all the fields, all the fells in Lancashire. And I moved 2 years ago to Oldley Edge, and I knew nobody and nothing. And I thought, how am I going to meet like-minded people? How am I going to meet these people that I want to spend time with? I'm not a lady who lunches. My background is also sports therapy, which is like massage and treatment. Didn't want to go back to doing that. I've also taught yoga and Pilates, which I'm really passionate about, but I didn't want to go back to teaching that. So I set up a walking group. And then it's kind of like grown from there. And now we have this amazing
So, it
platform.
started with this move.
Yes.
Very
I'm,
cool.
I
So,
moved
this is
from
like a
somewhere where I
newer
was,
thing for you.
yeah. So I moved from somewhere where I was really safe and secure, a lovely little village. But my children had moved to a place called Manchester, like his third biggest city in the UK. And I wanted to be closer to them, just in case they made me a grandma. And not that they have yet, but there's always hope. And so we made that move, me and my husband, because we wanted to be close to our kids because we actually quite like them. And and yeah, so but we knew nobody, so we had to. I'm a real people person, so I really had to push myself out there to meet like-minded people.
That's very cool. That's a cool way to do it. So, were you highly into like hiking and stuff like your whole
Before.
life? Or, yeah.
Yeah, so my journey began when I was maybe 7. Um, my parents divorced when I was 7, so that is some sort of 45 years ago. Yeah, 45 years ago. And very unusually, then we lived with our father, which is highly unusual, very unusual back in the 70s in the UK. And he didn't know what to do with us in the school holidays. So he sent us on these activity holidays, and in the UK they're called PGL holidays. And they actually that stands for the founder of the guy who set up his initials, who set up the business. But the children call it Parents Get Lost because they're not welcome. And they take you off hiking, rock climbing, skiing, paddleboarding. No, it was canoeing back then. And we did all these amazing adventures. And unbeknownst to us, we thought we were going on holiday, but my dad was just getting rid of us for the week.
I mean, that's good if it felt like that, right?
Yeah, yeah. But what do you do if you work full time? Especially all
I,
the way back then with three. I've
yeah.
got 2 twin brothers, and what do you do with these children who are really active, can't sit still? So yeah, he sent us, and that's where I learned that mountain leaders are so much more, have so much more to give than just taking you out on these adventures. They're very understanding. They've lived life. A lot of them come out of the army, so they have these amazing skills, and they made me feel very safe, secure. And I didn't realise that until later in life, that I got some sense of security from them, and that everything was going to be okay. They listened to my troubles back then, like no mum, which is like, all those things you have to go through as a woman, transitioning into a woman from a girl. And they were so kind and safe and made me feel very special. So yeah, that makes me feel quite emotional talking about it, but it's an important part of growing up, isn't it, that you have people that you can talk
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference. So, you feel like that impacted a lot of like what shaped who you are today.
Yeah, definitely. I have a great sense of adventure. I've done some crazy events in my life, done Ironmans and long distance runs and all this sort of stuff. But they gave me that foundation that just give it a go, just try. And if you don't like it, then do something else. Try another adventure.
There's an adventure for everyone.
Exactly, and that's what I like to give back to people who join our company. That just give something a go. Just get out, have a go. If that's not for you, then something else will be.
Do you have a lot of people that try different adventures within your organization?
Yeah. So a lot of people have done one thing, and then we'll go on and try something else. The adventure gets bigger and better.
All the way up to caves.
Not for me. No, 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 no.
Do you think you'll ever try it?
I might do one day just so I can experience, so I can explain maybe that it's okay and it's safe. I don't mind abseiling, love rock climbing, love all paddle boarding, all that. I just haven't tried the caving.
Have they like taken like GoPro cameras with them and stuff and like recorded the cave tours?
Yes. Yeah, so you can see it online. You can see it
Oh,
online.
that's very cool. I'll have to look it up just so I can see because I'm never going to do it, but I want to see. I'm not like the most adventurous, I'll say that. Safety first.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like building the organization, about how many people do you have for guides?
So we have 62 guides on the platform.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah, so it's growing slowly. It's growing quite organically. I reach out to a couple of people on social media, but people have found me as well, or that we've followed each other for a while, and then I go, "Hello, have you seen what we do?" And I like to be fair. I haven't built the platform to make money. I've done it so that there's a space for them to advertise their events. Um, I was I was very lucky that my husband has worked extremely hard, and he sold a business during COVID, and
Ooh.
I don't need to make money. I just may need it to pay its bills at the ground level, and so it's kind of like a nurturing business. And we've applied for funding today to
Oh,
hopefully take vulnerable people out into the countryside as well,
very cool. Very cool.
because that's what I'd really like to do. Which refers
And
back
when
to my
what do you
childhood. So people who are disadvantaged, who've had unstable upbringings, people who can get that safety and security from the outdoors and from qualified mountain leaders to take them out. And there's so many people who live in cities who haven't been to the countryside. So my aim is eventually to get these people seeing more of the world and what life could be like, and to try and get them away from inner city life and all what that curtails as well, as we know. So yeah, that's my dream.
you just want more people to experience it?
Yeah, I think nature gives so much back, doesn't it?
It does. Just even a walk outside really makes all the difference.
Yeah, getting your shoes on, no matter what your shoes are, even if you're walking into town and getting a coffee, and just closing your door and just standing at your back door, just breathing, and you can feel your shoulders relax instantly, can't you? And I think,
Oh yeah.
oh, even if you can't walk and you can sit outside on a chair with a coffee and put your feet on the floor, on the grass, even that does so much more for the human body.
It almost just kind of relaxes you overall. Like just being in nature, breathing fresh air, getting out of your head, out of your work, out of the technology, and just really absorbing it.
Yeah, yeah, it does. And it gives so much back without you knowing about it. Or even if you're walking along and you're touching plants and feeling nature, because sometimes we don't do that. Or you might just subconsciously do it, walking along, picking up grass, and you like pull all the seeds off and just throw it. But that's a relaxing technique as well.
It is kind of like one of those things when you sit in a nice grass area, you just kind of rub the grass.
You do, and you do it subconsciously, don't you? But it must give back. There is, and just sitting having a picnic outside is great, isn't it?
It's just like at the end of a hike, like me and my husband used to bring like lunch, just have lunch at the top of the mountain or whatever.
Yeah, I bet you've got some good mountains in Las Vegas.
Um, there's like one good one for hiking, and then there's like a lot of desert. And to me, it just all looks dead here. But I used to live in Colorado, and the Rocky
Ah,
Mountains in Colorado are just insane. And we have been all over because we did a lot of off-roading too, so seen a lot of things that a lot of people don't usually see, which is really cool.
yeah, I'd love to come over there. I'd love to see the Rockies.
If you're gonna go see the Rockies in the United States, the only place to go is Colorado. There are like the whole state is absolutely beautiful. You go to like Uray and Telluride area, and it literally looks like Switzerland's like mountains. It's just so beautiful and scenic.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds lovely.
Yeah, so that's the place. And I would say it's probably the number one outdoor people experiences in the United States. Like the amount of people that move there for outdoor activity, the people that do more extreme things. Like I knew a guy that used to ice climb. I don't know why you would ice climb because that sounds super scary, but he ice climbed.
Oh God, yeah, I'm not sure I could do that.
That's extreme, but there's so much to do, and there's beautiful hot springs. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous place.
Oh, I'll have to put it on my bucket list.
Yeah, you will. And if you need certain spots to stop, you just message me and I'll send you all the good
Yeah,
ones.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so back to your business a little bit. So as your how does this work? So do you just have like an app? Is this like an actual like business? Like, do we have a storefront? What does this look like?
Okay, so we have a website and it's mobile user friendly. So we haven't gone down the app route yet because that is mega money. So at the moment, it's just it is a website, and the mountain leaders all individually put their hikes and activities on. So it's kind of
Okay.
like, and then I just is admin behind the scenes, making connections, um, joining the dots. Some people need help putting their stuff on, which is fine. I'm happy to do that. And then also my job is the marketing side of it, spreading the word.
So you basically have a lot of freelancers that just kind of put their events on. And then do they pay you a fee or anything? Do people pay for these events? How does that work?
Okay, so the mountain leaders. So at the time of booking, if somebody books on an event, so the payment comes through to me. We take 5% commission from the guide from the event, and then the money is passed after the event is done straight to the guide. So it's important that that transaction is done
Okay.
quickly. So as soon as the event's done, they text me, I send them the money. So it's really
Okay,
straightforward
very cool.
and simple.
Very cool. So they're almost like independent contractors basically that just use your platform, kind of like similar to drivers for like Uber.
Yes, and Airbnb. So it's like a double-sided platform.
Okay, very, very, very cool. And then with this, what it like in the growth process of this, do you want it to kind of stay the same where it's just kind of a platform, you just get your certifications and you can jump on the platform and hold events, or do you want to structure this more into like a business where you're in more control?
Um, well, you can only join the platform. I'll only let you join the platform if you're fully qualified, and that is really important. Um, I have applied for VC funding before now, and I got down to the last two, and failed at the last hurdle. So there's always a reason. Like sometimes you have to just keep going. But also, it's been bootstrapped until now. I've done it all myself. I've had a very understanding website man called Mike, and we've worked together for the last year, and we've kind of like, he's kind of like taken a punt on me and on the idea, and he's done it bootstrapped for me, and I've done it bootstrapped, and then we're just going to see where it goes. Hopefully, we'll get some sponsorship, maybe from an outdoor activity company, or like clothing, stuff like that. We've just been awarded £1,500 from Sport England, and that's to do more hikes free of charge in the area where I live. So that will be rolled out as soon as that money comes in. But that means I can pay another mountain leader to hold walks somewhere else rather than where I live, and make a new community where they live. So that's my idea. So we're just going to keep plugging away.
So kind of like how Airbnb is like all over the world. Is that kind of the goal? You want to hit like everywhere?
Well, that sounds really scary, doesn't it? But maybe I can. It does sound
Who
really
said you
scary.
can't dream that big?
Exactly. I do have dreams that big, but sometimes when you voice them to other people, you're like, holy shit, that's big.
It's good though. It's good. If we think too small, we can only grow so far.
Yeah, I really keep trying. Doing stuff like this is really pushing me out of my comfort zone. Really. And that's when I saw you post, I was like, I need to do that, because it's really uncomfortable sometimes, isn't it?
It is. It is. I like to get up and speak in front of people because that's uncomfortable and I want to get better at that. So this ended up being easy because I do stupid social media videos. So like talking is just easy.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm quite shy. It's only this year I've started to tell maybe the last 2 months I've started to tell my story, my why is why I did it. I've been really quiet. I don't want to be the business. I don't really want to do it. But
Well, you're doing great so far on this conversation, so you should definitely
thank
do this
you.
more.
Thank you. We'll
You
see.
seem very you say you're shy, but like you seem very comfortable in the conversation. So like
I'm,
I think you can do it.
yeah, I'm just shy about sharing more, a lot of my personal stuff. I'm happy to talk like this, but like when you're putting on social media about your kids or your husband or why you do something, that's what I'm quite guarded about that. I just, but I'm happy to
Well,
share
let's
with
talk
you.
a little bit more deeper about your why, and let's challenge you a little bit.
Okay.
So when it comes to your why, I mean, we know that you started this because what you did as a child really shaped you into who you are. But what keeps you going? What's your reason to really, really build this?
Do you know what? When I was at school, I'm dyslexic. I've never been diagnosed, but I'm so bad at spelling. And ChatGPT has changed my life. It is great. I don't care what anybody says. It is magic, especially for somebody who has dyslexia or something like that. And I honestly think that when I was at school, I was held back. My brothers are super bright, and very clever. And at parents' evening, I remember being with my dad and the teachers saying to them, "Well, she's not as clever as her brothers." And that kind of like magnitude to, oh, I've left school with no qualifications, did no studying. In the last year at school, I didn't actually go. I just pretended to go. My dad would leave the house. I'd get ready. And as soon as he left the house, I stayed back and watched. Did you get Neighbours in America with Jason Donovan and
Maybe.
Kylie? Neighbours. It was an
Yeah,
Australian soap
yeah.
opera. Yeah.
Oh wait,
And
no, I'm thinking of a different movie. I don't know what you're talking about.
it was like a series of soap opera with Jason Donovan and Kylie Minogue when they were quite young, and that was going out when I was 15, and so I used to pretend to leave for school, and it used to start at 9:15, and everybody would pile in my house, all my friends, and we'd sit watching this soap opera at 9:15 in the morning. And I just think, oh my God. And I just wasn't bothered about learning. Really wasn't bothered. Um, left school, got a job waitressing, then worked in hotels, and then I met my husband. We gallivanted around for a few years together, and I got pregnant. And then it wasn't until I had my children that I thought, I need to really sort my life out and get an education. So I went back to night school and started the ball rolling with getting my English, getting my maths. So I got 5 GCSEs eventually, like at 16, then went on to do A levels, which is like a higher grade in the UK. And then eventually, when I was 36, went back and did a degree. I managed to do that. I was just ready to learn. And then I started a business doing sports massage and sports injuries, and learned to teach yoga and Pilates, and did that successfully for 15 years. And then when I moved, I handed all that back. And I've never really, I think because I had children young and was a stay-at-home mum for 5 years and then went back to uni, I think I feel like I still have something to prove to the world. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. So it is hard when you don't learn the way the school system wants you to learn, because there are a lot of people that don't learn that way. Like I struggled with it too. Same thing. Like I'm not reading it. I can't focus like on the words. So it takes me a while to like really take it in, and I have to learn more by doing. So I totally get what you're saying. I have the same issue too. Like it's not super bad, but it's slightly dyslexic. Like where I'll accidentally write a letter before a letter and mess that up. So, and I think it's part of like the ADHD. But so it's like everyone learns kind of differently. So like when you don't really learn in that standard that they want you to learn, you kind of get away from wanting to learn. You're just kind of like, okay, I don't want anything to do with that. I'm never going to get this. Like I'm moving on, right? And you focus on other stuff. And then like as you get older, it's almost like a maturity thing. You like want to learn. You want to absorb more. You want to, you want to be knowledgeable. There's things that you're interested in that you just want to dive into. And it's funny how that changes and then how we evolve. I've also tried a lot of different things, just like you, where like I'm just trying to figure out what it is that I really want to dive into. And that happens too. And it's such a fun adventure that I don't think enough people do. They just settle for whatever it is that they're like currently in or whatever they went to school for. And like, you don't really find your place. So finding that purpose and just continuously looking for it is so important.
Oh God, I love learning now. I read books. I listen to so many podcasts. I love business podcasts, but I also love podcasts learning about other people. I just think it's fascinating. I just think hearing someone's story about why they've done something or why they've set up a business or why they've done something else, I just think, God, so interesting, isn't it? It's and then it also expands your knowledge as well as to, oh, I could do that. Oh, I can do that. Why can't I do that? Because we all get stuck, don't we?
Yes.
In this, I don't know, as a mum or as a housewife or as someone's wife. I can remember introducing myself as David's wife. I was like, they went, you do have a name. And I just went, hello, I'm David's wife.
It is weird how we get stuck in those. And like, that's kind of the whole reason I started this podcast, is to really like, it's good to learn from other people, other people's experiences. And not even that, like you might even like somebody may come on that had a similar experience as you, kind of stuck. And then they like, oh, outdoor activities might actually help. You know what I mean? Like things like that.
Yeah.
I have people come on talking about their businesses and their oopsies during their businesses that other people can learn from. And it's crazy how much as a human being that you want to learn and don't even realize it.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, now we have like Chat GPT and endless YouTube to learn whatever we want.
Exactly. And also sometimes I think we get afraid. We get afraid to learn or afraid to try because everything is so like out there on social media or whatever you choose to put out. I think then also you become afraid of what people are going to say. What are they going to think about you? Are they talking about me? And then that makes you even more afraid. So do you know what? Sometimes you have to just blank all that out, do it, and ignore, because if they're talking about you, they're not talking about someone else. That's how I see it.
And I feel like if they're talking about you, you're doing something right. That means you're making an impact. You're doing something different. You're not just sitting in your comfort zone. You're not just doing the same thing you're doing every day. You're growing, and it shows if somebody's talking about you. So let them talk.
Exactly. And then
I've gotten to the point where I love that freedom of not caring.
yeah. I think, does it happen? I think it happened to me when I was 50. I was like, oh wow, I'm 50. I could be dead in another 50 years. I've just got to do everything I want to do.
You got to. We waste too much life by not
We
doing the
do.
things that we want to do.
We do indeed. We do.
You were going to say something before I kept going.
Oh yeah, sorry. Then one of my children, my daughter, she works for the BBC over in the UK, and I recently found myself I was on holiday with her, and I was introducing myself on holiday with her as, oh, I'm Alex's mum, and I'm like, no, I'm not just Alex's mum. I'm me as well. So I think we carry on doing it. Is it a woman thing?
I think it is. It's a woman thing. And then I think it's also just habits, right? Like we've done something so many times. Breaking that habit, it probably takes twice as long to break a habit as it does to develop a habit.
Yeah. So I'm going to make a note to myself. I am not just.
Well, you started here, you introduced yourself as yourself.
I did.
So it all starts with practice.
Yes.
So how do you want to introduce yourself? So if you were to be in any room, whether that's, in a room full of people that know your husband, maybe it's a room full of people that know your kids, maybe one of your kids is getting married and it's, the wedding, how would you introduce yourself if you wanted to?
I'm Julia Hartley, solo founder of Guided Outdoor Adventures.
There you go. You got it. Now you just got to keep practicing.
Yeah. In the morning every day, like Mel Robbins says.
Yeah, just repeat it. It's your affirmation.
Yeah, I am someone.
And you have purpose. You know what you want. You dream big. Not big enough. We're getting there. We're getting you to that world big. But
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm drinking tea.
right.
It's so cold in the UK.
Oh, that's okay. It's nighttime there too, didn't you say?
Yeah, it is 5:30. So it's tea time.
Okay. It's still morning here, so I had coffee, but I think I left it somewhere else. So where have you expanded within the UK for your adventures? So how far do they go?
So we go as far north as Scotland. We go down to the main national parks we're in. So we're in the Lake District, Wales National Park, which is called Snowdonia. We're in the Peak District. We're down in the Malvern Hills, Wiltshire, Cotswolds, Cheshire. That's it. So far.
Okay. So that's a pretty good radius for starting out in the last couple of years. I mean, it is a lot to kind of take in, and I'm sure it's not always easy to find the right guides and get them certified and all of that. That's a whole process in itself.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, I'm in quite a good location near Manchester where I'm only 2 hours away from the Lake District, 1.5 hours away from Wales, an hour away from the Peak District, about 2.5 hours down to Wiltshire. So I'm in quite a good location, quite a central location for outdoor adventures.
Very cool. Yeah, I think that's key too, right? If you're going to start, it's got to be like somewhere within reach of multiple different
Yeah, yeah,
adventures.
yeah, exactly.
So when it comes to certified, getting certified as a guide, what does that take? Like, what are all the certifications? And will they vary depending on if you're in the UK or somewhere else?
Yeah. So, I've told the porcupine. We've got the Alps as well in France,
Oh.
and we've just got a gentleman on from Kenya doing the Kilimanjaro hike.
Very
So
cool.
yeah, I play it down, don't I? So we are expanding abroad.
You do.
So
It's a lot bigger than you're saying it is.
yeah, it's that sharp, that sort of like, right, I need to get over myself. um, so it can take up to a year to qualify as a mountain leader. A lot of the leaders who come onto the platform have qualified in the army, and then they do a top up qualification with the Mountain Training Association, and that can take a few weeks after they leave the army, and they are all privately insured themselves, and they can go on and do different qualifications. So your summer mountain leading will only allow you to lead in the summer. Then you have winter. Then you have rock climbing. Then you have paddleboarding. Different little avenues that they can go off and do, and biking as well. Mountain biking is something different, and that's done through Sport England. So
Okay. And
yeah.
do those vary? So say you are in different, like, because you're in different places, right? You talked about Scotland, you talked about France. Like, does it vary country to country?
Yeah, so they have something called the International Mountain Leaders Association, and that will cover Europe. And then Africa, as I've learned recently, you have to have a permit, a different permit. You have to have your hiking qualification, and you have to have a permit to walk in their national parks, which is given.
Oh, to walk in there.
Yeah, yeah. So the mountain leader has to have a permit that he's allowed then to take them on hikes like Kilimanjaro.
Oh, interesting. And is that like a permit, so per like hike, or is that like a solid permit for the park? How does that work?
Oh, it's a solid permit for the park. So he
Okay.
then is allowed to do as many activities as he likes in the park. So he does safaris,
Okay.
and he does Mount Kilimanjaro hikes.
Awesome. And then how do you like track all of this? Like do they send you documentation? Like how does that process like look on your end?
So when they apply to join, they have to upload the documentation. So they have to upload it, and then we verify it here, and we can see whether or not they're with the mountain leaders in the UK. We can see on the mountain leaders website whether they've been permitted onto there. So we do double checks and just check that everything's okay. And then obviously we
Okay.
know what the certification looks like and what the insurance documents should look like, and they have to provide some form of ID, as in driving license, passport. So we cross reference everything.
And then when it comes to like, say you have a guide that is in a country you're not working with yet, and you want to add them, and they're sending the certifications, so you have to go through and kind of do your research too, right? To figure out like what's all involved there to make sure you have everything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I didn't know about Africa. I was like, oh, what am I meant to be looking at?
Yeah,
But yeah, you've
it's
got to be
very
due.
different, everywhere you go. Yeah, so it's like that's a lot in your plate too, right? To do that research all the time.
Yeah, but do you know what? If you find it's worth it, you just do it, don't you?
That's true. That's true.
You just find the time, don't you? I've always worked hard, but I've never worked so hard on something in my life.
It's amazing when you have passion for something, how hard you're actually willing to work.
Yeah. I didn't, I went
Even
to
if the
Sri
return's not great.
Well, you're building something for yourself, aren't you? It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, yeah. I went to Sri Lanka recently. I met my daughter out there, and she was like, "Oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that." I did not realize how tired I was. I literally crashed and burned for 3 days.
Oh no.
I got there, I was like, "Oh, lovely to see you. It's night time. Let's have a nap." And I literally could not keep my eyes open for 3 days. How bad's that?
You just don't know until you like finally relax, and then it's like crash.
Yeah, yeah. And I thought to myself, I need to get wise. I need to be more sensible.
And it's I think a lot of it is when you're really passionate and you're working towards something you're really enjoying and you're like excited about, you lose like that like idea of like taking care of yourself because you're so hyper focused on like what you're doing that you end up burning yourself out, and then eventually you can't help but sleep.
I know. I'm very good at telling other people to take care of themselves and, take an hour out and go and do this and go and do that. And then when I look back, I was like, I could tell I'd stopped going out running, which I've done all my life. I couldn't be bothered. And I was thinking, what's wrong with me? I stopped practicing yoga, stopped doing Pilates, and I was like telling everyone else, be kind to yourself, do this, do that. I'm not doing it
It is
myself.
funny
It is,
when you
isn't it?
give advice but don't take your own advice, because I do that all the time.
But I don't think I realised I was doing it. I just kept thinking, I must be coming down with something. My fire's gone. But then I think, you know, yeah,
It
yeah,
happens. Like I tell people all that. So I do like basically health fitness and mindset coaching, and I tell people all the time like, oh, it's okay to take breaks. It's okay to relax. It's okay to just do an active rest day, like things like that. And then I turn around and I'm like, I can't miss a day at the gym. So
yeah. It's very strange, isn't it? It's that mindset. But hey, it's a learning process, isn't it?
it is. It is. And I also still feel like it's better to do more and push yourself a little harder because we're capable of a lot more than we think. It might burn us out a little bit, but when we need to take a break, we'll take a break.
Exactly. 3 days sleeping in the sunshine, that was great. And then I'm back to
Yeah,
it.
no big deal. I'm refreshed, ready to go.
Hey.
So what do you do when you get burnt out to kind of like you get to the point where you're drained, and maybe this has only happened that one time, I don't know, but maybe in other areas of your life, if you get really drained, you've just been running yourself empty, and then you're like, I'm not even motivated to do this, I don't want to do anything, because I've gotten to that point where like you just don't want to do anything, like you're just kind of like, I have no motivation for anything. What do you do to get yourself out of that?
So do you know what? My husband's so good. He will take me away for a few days and just said, you are not. I did. Oh, so this is a classic story. So I was going on a hike, which was 60 miles, and we are doing it over 5 days. And and it was with a group of people. I'd packed my laptop so I could just keep up to date with work. And I picked my rucksack up as I was going. My husband was dropping me off, and he went, "Good God, what's in your rucksack? You've got to walk for 5 days." So he kind of like opened it, peered in, and he pulled out my laptop, put it on the side, and he went, "The world isn't going to stop for 5 days." And he wouldn't let me take it. And off I went. And those 5 days just outside were amazing.
Sometimes it has to be forced, right? My husband does the same thing. He yells at me every time we go anywhere and I bring my computer.
You worry. I think, oh God, what happens if someone emails me? But then your phone, you can do so much on your phone these days, can't you? That you don't actually need a computer.
And most of the time, it's not life and death.
No, it's
So
not. Nobody wanted me for those 5 days. Not one message. Nobody cared.
you're like, oh, I wasn't even missed. Okay.
But it does teach you that you can be a bit more relaxed.
It's hard, I think. I don't know. I maybe it's just like women more than men, but like I think we have a hard time like disconnecting ourselves to things that we're so focused on. Because I mean, even like when it comes to caring for kids as a mother, it's like hard to disconnect when you're a mother from like being a mother, right? I think
Yeah.
that's just kind of like something we carry into everything we do.
Yeah, I think so. And I think, yeah, I was a young mum, so I think you're always trying to prove yourself because people start off saying, "Oh, they're not going to stay together. She's 21. He's only 21." Like, so you carry
Yeah,
on
it
the
kind of starts off with like hate.
yeah. So that teaches you a lot, and I think you have to. I think you can't help yourself. Like you're always trying to prove yourself that you're better than what people have said you are, and that you can accomplish more. And
And
then
I
that
think
takes
Yeah, I think that's always been like a thing, right? Women are always trying to be more than what they are. Like, this isn't just us. That's why the whole career thing and all of that is so big and like pushed so far, right? Like, growing in like a corporate office or something like that. And I think you have to like do things to prove more. And it's always just been like that.
yeah. I mean, I don't envy women today. Like when they're at that age that they want to have a family. It is so difficult for them. At least we didn't have nobody had anything back when I had my children, and like everyone had one car. There was no Netflix, there was no Prime, there was no mobile phones. You didn't need a lot to survive. We survived off my husband's wage, and then he started a business, and we had absolutely nothing. But there was no pressure, absolutely no pressure whatsoever. And I think there's so much more pressure on women today than there was
I
back
think
then.
social media does that too, right? Like seeing other people's lives, even though everything that people put on social media is just highlight reels, it's
Yeah.
not everyday reality. Nobody's putting on there that they got in an argument with their husband over the breakfast this morning. Like, that's not going to get put on. But like, you look at all these like perfect families and these photos and these videos, and then you're like, well, why isn't my life like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do try to show my normal side on I do videos on Instagram stories so they disappear. And I'll say, "Oh my God, what day. This is what I've been doing today. Not very exciting, not glamorous at all." But that's how I do it, just so people can have a little bit and disappear.
And
But
it's good to put it out there, right? The raw, the reality, like whatever. But at the same time, sometimes like you're just not going to record sitting on the couch watching a movie. You know what I mean?
no, 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 no. And you look at famous people, and I don't think that does you any good either, does it? Of their perfect lives, and that's not their reality either, is it?
No, no, it's all a show. Like most people that are famous are putting on the act of who people think they are, anyways. We don't even know who they really are.
No, no, not at all. And I just think, I can't see it being good for like 10 and 11, or, as you were developing, I can't see that having social media in those times is any good for you. False expectations.
Oh, 100%. I mean, think of these kids. Like, so growing up, I didn't have social media until like MySpace and like what, like later junior high or something. And so that was like the first. But like before that, everything was just like the comparison of who's in the classroom, right? Who's the popular kid in school, things like that. Now those were your comparison. It was just the people around you. Now you have the whole world on a phone. You
Yeah.
know,
And
like it's right there with you.
what age is junior high? 16.
Here it no, it's like what is it, like 13, 14? It's the end of
Okay.
junior high.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we have a different system here. But my
Oh
first
yeah,
social
sorry, I forget about
yeah,
that.
my first thing of social media was Facebook.
Okay.
I have
which
a
was
lot.
second. It was like MySpace, then Facebook, and Facebook
Yeah,
was so
yeah.
much better.
I think if I had MySpace when I was at uni, I wouldn't have done anything with it. The, it was very strange when I went back to uni because I was the eldest one in the class. I was the mum to 43 people. So they'd all messaged me on Facebook. They badgered me to get Facebook so that they could then bombard me with questions of when assignments needed to be in. And
Oh
that's,
gosh.
yeah. Can you help me with this? Can you do this? And are we doing this? And yeah, that was.
That would almost make you want to delete it.
I know. Sometimes I just didn't answer messages. I just like,
I like the system now. Like back then, all the messages would just go to your messages. Now it filters out spam and all kinds of stuff.
yeah, it's great, isn't it? I really like it.
Yeah.
But then you do get somebody putting up, messaging you on a post saying, "I've messaged you. Can you have a look at the spam?"
That happens. And honestly, like I get so many notifications on Facebook that half the time I don't even see the comment.
No, no, no. It's a full-time job, and as soon as I can offload social media, that will be offloaded. That is my pet
I
hate.
actually enjoy it. It's just hard. It literally is a full-time job. Like I have my full-time job and then I probably spend another 40 hours a week just doing social media stuff.
Really?
Yeah, because I do this podcast. I'm on another podcast where I cut it to clips. So between filming and then cutting it to clips every week, that's a couple hours on this. And then I also post all the, not including the clips from this, I post on all social medias probably around 18 videos a day. It's a lot.
Oh my goodness. Gosh, that is, I'm
Yeah,
shocked. I think I do a
it's a
lot.
lot,
That is a lot, isn't it? But
but it's a
yeah,
commitment.
yeah, yeah. I hope it was, I really hope it's working for you. Well, I found you that way.
That's true. That's true. It was social media.
Yeah, it was.
It works. And those groups are great too. The Facebook groups for like finding people to come on the podcast or just in general, like getting in groups with like people who are doing the same thing and learning from each other. I think those are really beneficial as long as they're the right groups. Some of them are super spammed.
Yeah, yeah. I just come out of those ones. I can't be asked. Um, but no,
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, I do. It is beneficial, isn't it, social media? But I think sometimes you have to just draw the line. 18 videos a day.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not very good at editing. I'm getting better. You think, but before I started this business, I didn't know anything about websites. The only thing I put on social media was pictures of our holidays, and they would have the black at the top and black at the bottom. Like just stuff that um, so I have got a load better at it, but yeah, I will offload that as soon as I start making money. That will be completely offloaded.
That's the first thing to go.
That's the first thing to go. I am not going to worry my
If
little
you
top.
hate it,
Yeah, yeah.
like if it's something that you don't enjoy and you don't want to learn more about, like it's not worth doing yourself if you can offload it. My husband hates it. Whether it's recording it, whether it's editing it, he just hates all of
Really?
it. Yeah.
And what does he do?
He's in commercial real estate.
Oh, right. Okay. So yeah, he'll need to do it for that as well, won't he?
Yeah, he has no choice, but he hates it.
Yeah. Yeah. If you
It's
think
okay.
back 20 years ago, it wasn't even a thing, was it? Never a thing.
Oh, nope, you didn't need it. It was just literally like to talk to your friends and, like little things to start. And then it's grown into this, like, you have to use it if you have a business.
Yeah.
It's a new way to market.
But then I also wonder sometimes whether going back to old ways is more beneficial because you get seen. So, like maybe sending a letter in the post because it'd be so novel that going back to writing a letter and sending it, that you'd get seen because it's so novel.
That's true. That's true. But you also can't get seen on the level that social media can do.
Yeah, no, I get that, but no, that was my thinking when I'm going to do a rollout to corporates over the winter, whether to actually send a handwritten letter. That's what I'm toying with at
Do
the
it.
moment. See what
Because that's a
happens.
little different. You're targeting somebody specific. So, like,
Yeah,
it's going to a specific person, it needs to stand out. When you're targeting for a business that you're just trying to generate sales and bring people to it, or like you're trying, like, say you're advertising for your business and you just want to provide more guides, or you want to get more people signed up for tours, or whatever it is. That's so wide range, right? You have people that travel from all over the world, so you can post that and get hit anywhere in the world, and maybe somebody's going there or planning a trip and they're like, oh, I want to do that, so let me plan that into my trip. So
yeah,
like it really depends on what you're doing, but I do think the handwritten letter thing works if it's going to somebody specific to stand out.
yeah. Because then they can't ignore it because they'd be like, oh, someone's written me a letter.
Yeah. Like,
And
most
it,
of those people have never even gotten a letter
yeah,
that
when
wasn't
was
from the
that?
IRS or something.
Yeah, is that your tax?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like Dave. There's tax.
Yeah.
um, yeah, no, I think I'm going to do that. I'm making a note of that. It just came to me then.
Yeah, it's worth a try. You'll have to let me know how that turns out.
Yeah, I will.
So, reaching out to the corporations, what's the plan there exactly?
So, not as many corporates now have like after work drinks and stuff like that, and they're always looking for different things to take th- their people, their workers, to do. So I was going to offer like corporate days out, like in well-being,
Oh,
in
okay.
nature, get them hiking. Because if you've also got a difficult conversation to have with somebody, like boss and worker, so much easier not making that eye contact. You can give them what we call the shit sandwich, walking side by side.
And it works. So, like, my team, the office I work for, it's small, so it's not like a big corporation or anything, but like it's small, and there's probably about 10 of us, and once a quarter, so 4 times a year we will do like a team building, very similar to what you're talking about, but not necessarily just in like hikes and nature and things like that. It would be like we went bowling once, or we played board games at the owner's house, or things like that, which is really beneficial when it comes to like building that team and like building that connection with the people you work with outside of just the everyday work. And it makes all the difference. So like pushing something like that is going to be huge.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Because people don't want to go out drinking anymore, do they? Or having a meal. It's so stiff. And
It is, and it's kind of boring, really, right? Like, how long can you just stare at each other and talk? You see each
exactly.
other every day.
Yeah. And a bit of interaction. I love the board game
Yeah.
one. I love board games.
It was fun. It was so chaotic, but it was so fun. And like one of the games they were playing, it was like this card game with like spoons or something. I don't know. I never played it before until then. But you had to like put the cards, and then once you got like three, you had to grab a spoon, and everybody had to grab one. So it was like kind of like, have you ever seen musical chairs? Where they got the
Yes.
circle of chairs. It was kind of like that, but with spoons on the table, and like seeing everybody dive on the table for a spoon and just getting out of character, and like you're no longer in work mode. You're just kind of being silly.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. And it's nice to see a different side to people that you work with, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so fun. It's a different connection because you're doing things that you don't normally do in the workplace. Like you're having fun and you're being yourself and not so on.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So important. And I think people really appreciate it like that, that other side of seeing people just doing different things, isn't it? And not so,
And
you
it's
know,
fun.
Yeah, not so worky, and it's good to have a laugh. It's good to have a good giggle, isn't it? Let your hair down.
It is. It is. And I work with a great group of people, but like I think no matter what environment you're in, just getting people kind of out of that work environment and really just enjoying life together really will build like any kind of bond.
Yeah, yeah. So that's my plan over winter. Get some more funding from various organisations, and to get corporate clients. That's my next expansion.
So does the tours kind of slow down in the winter time because they're more winter activities, it's colder out, people don't like it as much?
Yeah, but then also there are groups of people um, who love that. You know, I do have hikes and stuff like that on all through the winter, but it's not as busy. But sometimes that's your comfort zone thing, isn't it? People don't like walking in the rain, and I think, do you know what? Sometimes that's nice, isn't it? Well, you won't have that, but
Oh, we get rain, but it's not rain you want to walk in. It's like monsoon, which means it just pours and it floods and it only rains
oh,
for like 10 minutes, but it's insane.
yeah, yeah, we have that drizzle, constant drizzle. Um, So yeah, but I also think it's really important to encourage people to get out in those days because you have a different experience. And also, the going says that there is no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothing.
True. That's very true. So I hate the cold. I hate being cold. I've never liked it. Not a big fan of winter, but I actually really enjoyed snow hiking.
Did you?
I, it was something that was like, I mean, as long as you're in like coat and you know what I mean. Colorado really isn't that bad. It's just a lot of snow in the mountains. But like, I don't know. It was just something like quiet. It was white and pretty. And it was, I don't know. There's just something peaceful about it, like a good snow hike.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'd like that. Do you ski?
No, I hated that. I actually have never tried skiing. I tried snowboarding and I flipped on my head one too many times. I was like, I can't do this. This sucks. So,
Yeah, yeah. It's hard. I tried recently this year snowboarding. So I've skied forever, but I snowboarded this summer, and I uh, inside at a snow dome here, and I had such a laugh. My cheeks hurt by the time I got home because we were just splatting all over the place. But it was great fun, and I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna have another go.
yeah, I was not very good at it. And like, honestly, like, I didn't like the cold enough to like it. So I was just like,
Yeah,
eh.
yeah. It's good to give everything a go, though, isn't it?
Yeah, why not? I did tell my husband I would try skiing because that might be a little easier than snowboarding. I don't know. What do you think? What's the difference?
I think it's harder to control two skis than it is to control a snowboard. I think maybe
So then I'm
snowboarding,
not going to be good at that.
well, you might be, but I think snowboarding, I think it takes longer to learn, but once you've got it, it's easier.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
Is
I
it?
just
Is
always thought skiing would be harder because then my legs will just go.
Yeah, you've got that, and to get them to stay parallel and not cross over is horrific.
Yeah, see, it's just not sounding like a good idea. Okay.
Stick to the snowshoeing and the hiking.
Yeah, I'll stick with that. I like those peaceful snow hike, and then it's super fun because we bring my dog, and she loves like just spazzing
Yeah,
out in the snow.
yeah.
We went snowmobiling one time. Have you ever been snowmobiling?
No,
Okay, so this was interesting. I sat on the back. I will never sit on the back of a snowmobile again because
really.
it was just like constantly like bouncing the entire time. So it was super uncomfortable, but it was really pretty. And we actually seen a wolf out in like the snow, which was really, really cool.
Oh wow, wow, how
It was
lovely.
pretty.
Yeah. Do you have bears where you in the Colorado? Mountain bears.
Yes, yeah. There's black bears. And then if you go further north, like up to like Montana and Idaho, there's grizzlies up there.
Yeah, that's not for me.
No, I don't like the grizzlies. They sleep in the winter though, so you're safe.
So are the black bears, are they dangerous or not so bad?
They're like bad dogs.
Oh right, okay. Right. Yeah, yeah.
They're easy to scare. It's honestly, it would be more intimidating to see like a cougar than it would be to see a black bear. Black bear's pretty easy to scare.
Oh right, okay. What's a cougar?
Like a big cat.
Oh right, okay. So in England, a cougar is a woman who goes out with a younger person.
Oh, we have that too.
Oh right, okay. So I was like,
Yeah. No, this is a real cat. I think this is where the name came from. I don't
oh
know.
right, okay, yeah, yeah. Makes sense. Every day's a school day.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're probably like the most dangerous. They're kind of all over the U.S. though, kind of everywhere. But they kind of keep to themselves, and like they really don't attack people that often. So
Right, okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. No, we don't have any awful animals in the UK. It's
no,
all very safe. No, no. Can't,
really, no
yeah, no,
like poisonous bugs or anything.
no. We might have I don't think we even have poisonous snakes. No,
Oh,
no, can't think of anything. No.
wow. I
Mm.
didn't know that. So that was kind of like I didn't know that there was no snakes in Hawaii.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I learned that from somebody who was from Hawaii. There's no snakes there. I was like, huh, did not know that.
Yeah, we
Just
have
assumed they
snakes.
were everywhere.
Yeah, no, we have snakes, but they're not poisonous.
Huh.
Mm.
We have
No.
quite a few poisonous ones.
Yeah, yeah. That's not fun, is it? I went to Australia, and that's what I was. Spiders, snakes, kangaroos. I was like,
They have
oh,
everything that's dangerous.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like everything's on steroids and everything will kill you.
yeah, 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 absolutely. My husband was more frightened about the funnel web spiders because they're tiny. And we were just about to go into bed, and there was this spider on the wall, and he was like, so I was like, right, okay, walked over, picked it up, threw it out the window, which in the UK he would do here, he would do that. And he was like, I can't believe you've just done that. I said, but you wouldn't have slept. And really, looking back, it was really quite stupid. But like, you want to sleep peacefully, don't you?
I mean, I would want to do the same thing because I wouldn't have been able to sleep if there's a deadly spider on the wall. Because
I
what's
think,
worse than seeing one is seeing it disappear.
yeah. Or then feeling it on your face in the night.
Yeah.
Ugh, no,
So
no.
that probably makes outdoor adventures a little easier there too. It's not as scary.
Yeah, no, nowhere near as scary. Nowhere near. No,
So that's a perfect place to start your outdoor adventure is with you on one of your guides there because it's very safe.
exactly. It is very, very safe.
I did not know that. I figured there was just big creatures everywhere.
No. And then somebody will, when they listen to this, they'll contact me, won't they, and go, Julia, there's this and there's that. But there's nothing that I've ever come across in my 54 years nearly that is dangerous. That would
And if
harm
there's
me.
something, it's probably something that doesn't come in contact very often. It'd be like one
Exactly.
in a million.
Yeah, 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 absolutely. So, yeah.
It's very cool. Yeah, it's more dangerous here. We got rattlesnakes and, you know, those kind of things.
God. Yeah, that's not for me.
I don't like snakes at all. So,
Do you, do you not, could you pick one up?
oh God, no. Oh God,
Could you
no.
not? I think I could pick one up.
Just the slither alone freaks me out.
Would you buy a handbag? Oh, I don't think you can anymore with snakeskin on it. I don't think you're allowed, are you?
I don't think you can anymore, but even then, I don't think I would. I'm not big on like the animal, like skin stuff. I eat meat, but I try not to think about that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
trying to wear them.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I get that. Yeah, I'm not a particularly animal. I would never harm an animal, but I'm not an animal lover. I wouldn't have a dog or a cat or anything. But I'd always be kind to them.
See, I love animals. So, a funny story. We were out walking and we have these like little lizards here. They're like little gecko lizards. They're super small. And there was one on the ground and my dog stepped on it. And it didn't completely kill it, but it definitely was not going to be able to go anywhere. And my husband's like, you have to put it out of its misery. And we're standing around. I was like, I can't. I just can't. Like, I started crying. And he actually ended up stepping on it and like putting it out of its misery because we just kept going back and forth. And I was like, I just can't. And I start crying. And then another time we went fishing and I realized fishing was important. They got the hook high and I just started crying. I couldn't fish anymore. I didn't want to catch anything. And like, so like, yeah, I just can't. I can't see an animal in pain. It's just not. It doesn't work for me.
My friend's got a new puppy, and she messaged me. She was going, "What am I going to do?" The puppy had brought a frog in its mouth into the house. So then the frog had escaped in the house, and the puppy was trying to kill it. So she
Oh my
was,
god.
so she was trying to grab the kids were trying to grab the dog, and she was trying to grab the frog.
Oh,
Yeah,
I bet that was so chaotic.
yeah. The frog survived, and so has the dog. So the all well that ends well.
We used to have a like there was a puppy mill like next door to our old house in Denver. And so because of that, they had the dogs outside and stuff all the time. And there was like rats because they fed them outside, you know, so there was rats. And my dog, we didn't know. She wasn't eating her food for like months. And turns out she was catching and eating the rats like she was a cat. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She'd be like wanting outside. Apparently, it was just prime time, and she was hunting rats.
How did you find out?
So my husband, my husband's seen a rat that was like half eaten, and he comes back out and it's gone. And then he's like, "Wait a minute, the dog was just out here," and that's kind of how it just put it all together.
So how do you stop the dog doing that now?
Well, we moved. That was around the
Oh,
time we were moving, anyways.
yeah. That
She eats her
frees it.
food now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, too funny. It is it's funny what your pets will put you through. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, well, is there anything else you want to touch base on?
No, I'm all good. Thank you for having me.
No.
Lovely
Yeah.
to
Do you
meet
want
you.
to kind of? It's nice to meet you too, and I'm so glad that you came on. Do you want to leave with like a little message to people about adventures and kind of what that means to you?
Um, well, our tagline is navigate with wisdom. And the meaning of that tagline is that you should go on an adventure, but you should push the boundaries, but go with someone who makes you feel safe. So that's the wisdom part, and that's why
Love
we
that.
have that tagline.
I love that. So, if anybody wants to go on a good guided tour with less dangerous animals,
Yes, in the
you just got to
UK.
go talk to Julia in the UK. And hopefully, eventually, she'll expand worldwide. That's the
Yes,
goal, right?
yeah, written it down.
A- And what is your website?
It's called Guided Outdoor Adventures.
So,
So
very easy to find
very
for
easy to find.
anybody interested in
Find me on
a
social
nice
media as
tour.
well.
And we'll put it all in the description. But thank you again, Julia, for joining me on Messy on Purpose. It was such a pleasure to talk to you. I love your bubbliness.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
And until next time, guys, bye.